Hello, I'm Noah Nerd. Like and subscribe if you like tech and just videos about technology basically, and development and programming and other assorted geekery. I'm going to do a quick console.log today. So I started my new job last week. So obviously I can't talk about the specifics of that job. I can't, release the certain details I want to. I have to keep sort of details scarce, but I'm finding it quite. The first 2 weeks were okay, but now I'm finding it a bit more of a struggle. So I thought I'd just do a console.blog about methods I would personally use to try and work through blocks. What I'm talking about is a programming block. It's where you just get a block on the coding project you're working on, or you start losing interest. So you have that initial burst of interest, all the possibilities, and blah blah blah, blah, and then suddenly you're just like, oh, now I have to get it to work. So handling deadlines, what's the best way to deal with that? So caveats out the way, like I drink coffee. That's how I usually deal with if I need to just get a bit of an extra enthusiasm. So I've just had a coffee, which can help, but you always have to remember that it is only a temporary solution. I'll get a burst of energy, and and you could say, look, I'm using it now to record this video instead of actually programming, but it's I'm trying to help other people if they have to deal with the same problem, basically. So that's all good, I think. Anyway, all that out the way. Yeah, how to do it? Well, basically, just I find listening to music helps a lot. I listen to fast music. Everyone's gonna have different. Like I'll probably listen to something like this. I don't know. Planetarium by Square Pusher is a good one. Or Breakcore. Breakcore's especially good. Basically, just listen to music. Just like put headphones on and listen to music. I think is the best thing for it. At the minute, I've only got like two screens. So I've got a laptop and a monitor screen here. I probably could do three, but it's not an issue. Actually, it's my own fault. It's my own fault that I even have only two screens because I got given a computer through by a previous employer. And, well, it was when my burnout was occurring, and I just went, and I really just lost patience with computers in general. I even got to the point of painting purely a picture that just said, it was all black, and it just said fuck computers. So yeah, computers can be frustrating at times, especially when they don't do what you want them to do. And that is the nature of our job as coders, is we have to fix problems that no one else can be asked to stare at a screen for that long for, just thinking about it. And it is draining. Like you get fatigued. Like that's what happened to me before. Was that I was so fatigued just looking at the screen, like, how do I fix this? How do I do that? How do I fix this? How do I do that? How do I fix this? How do I do that? And the madness continues. In this, it's basically like it's stuck in a loop. If you wanted to process the mind's big psychology thing, it's the INTP SI loop. We just like, well, I'm sort of in it at the minute, in this loop, stuck in this loop of action in action, action in action, right? It's tough, but I will be able to get through to it. It's just probably what I need to do just is just get some sunlight tomorrow. I've not got any sunlight. It's very cold. It's freezing cold actually. So it's just occasional heating. It's a tough time for everybody really. So I guess if anyone's watching this, like anonymously, randomly watching this, then you're not alone. Like we're all struggling in this period. this is a tough winter, but we will make it through. And yeah, like I think sometimes as well, like, so in regards to like the new job that I'm starting, or have started, it's tough because I'm having to establish it, or not establish, but learn new ways of, because they're, I can't obviously go into details on their code base, but it's basically just written in a different way than I would write it from start. But that's not the point. The point is to get my ego out of the picture when I'm coding, because I don't know everything. You don't know everything. Like, if you're a programmer and you think you know everything, then you're wrong. You don't know everything. Name me one programmer who knows every programming language. You can't. It's impossible. No one can take that amount of information in their head. No one can keep balance that amount of information in their head without going completely insane. Like, even I know, like, I'm a fairly good programmer, but I know VB6, VB.NET, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, bit of Lua, I hate Perl, bit of PHP, which I also don't like that much, but that's just personal preferences, right? Essentially, whenever you're a developer anyway, all you're really doing is basically just problem solving. So, let me just elaborate on some methods I would use to help me with this myself personally. Everyone else is going to have a different way of doing it, right? But like, I find actually that a bit of creative exploration helps. So outside of the problem domain, but similar to the problem domain, look at obviously similar code bases, which can help obviously, and yeah, that helps. And also just you need to get it. I mean, maybe there's like some, because obviously, basically it's like repetitive movements like this. Maybe it's something like this is probably a bit hippie, but like this is a repetitive movement, right, that happens in your body where you're doing this. So this tension obviously builds up in that in your hands, basically, for doing this. And you can get RSI if you're a programmer. Like, I have a special mouse actually. Like, I've got a specific mouse which helps with RSI, because you do actually otherwise get this sort of it's like muscle strain. So you're just typing all the time. So that is a reality. Like, the interface is just doing this a lot. It's typing a lot. So it's quite, even though the work isn't physically that demanding, it is, because you're still having to do this constantly. And that can become a bit, I mean, one way I actually find that helps me to, like, I'm a writer, so I write as well whenever I find the time. I like to write because it's the same motion, but it's just a creative expression of the motion, as opposed to, work. Which the thing is with work is there's something in work that can always become routine. Work will always become boring, and this is a problem I have actually a lot, is that whatever I do, as soon as it starts to feel like work, I just get bored of it almost immediately. I just don't want to do it. That's the God's honest truth. God's honest truth is that as soon as something feels like work, I just get bored of it and I want to move on to the next thing. So I'm a lazy programmer, just like you. And yeah, we're all a bunch of lazy fuckers. Anyway. That's the video. Console.log vlog lazy fuckers. I mean, it's the truth. Let's just admit it once and for all.